So you're thinking about moving to Florida and the sunshine, ugh, beautiful beaches, no state income tax, ugh, who would want any part of that? I get it. It's no wonder so many people are drawn to the Sunshine State. What a name. But just like anywhere else, Florida has its ups and downs. So whether you're coming here for the warm weather, a change of pace, or the outdoor lifestyle, there are some things you'll want to consider before making the move. Hey there, I'm Josh Rogers with the F3 Home Team, which stands for Faith, Family, and Freedom. That's the core of everything we do. So if that resonates with you, you're in the right place. We're the #1 real estate team in Jacksonville and St. Augustine, Florida. And we've helped hundreds of families much like yourself make the move to Florida and find out what life is really like here. I'm excited to share the real pros and cons of living in Florida. And also don't forget to join our Facebook group. It's private and it's free. It's called Moving to St. Johns County. And there you'll connect with other folks thinking about the same move, ask questions, and get insights from actual Floridians. Let's start with what Florida is best known for, the weather. Florida has around 237 sunny days every year, way above the national average of 205. You guessed it, you're right. In the winter, the temperatures here are a dream come true. Depending on where you are in Florida, the temperatures can be in the mid 40s at night and mid 60s during the day. Now, Central and South Florida are going to be warmer. But ultimately, wherever you are, you can say goodbye to the snow shovels and icy windshields. For a lot of people, that's reason enough to make the move here. Just imagine walking outside in January and not freezing or being afraid of slipping on ice. Well, that's the reality here in Florida. One of our residents shared,
"It's like a permanent vacation in the winter, especially when my friends are up north dealing with the snow."
There certainly is that guilty pleasure that residents that have made the move enjoy by texting their friends back home after a snowstorm of how beautiful the sunny weather is here in Florida. But then there's summer. And Florida summers, well, they're not for the faint of heart. Temperatures regularly hit the high 90s and low 100s. And with the humidity, it feels even hotter. July and August, it's the worst. It can be downright brutal, like stepping into a sauna every time you go outside. And if you're not used to that kind of heat, it can definitely be overwhelming. I've heard residents say,
"It's like walking into a steam room. Do I really want to go through that every year?"
But largely speaking, the weather lets you enjoy outdoor activities year-round. But in the summer, you might find yourself becoming more of a morning person or evening person just to avoid that midday heat. But overall, it's one of the biggest perks of living here. You can stay active outside whenever you want with a little timing adjustments during those hotter days. Now, here's a big one. Florida has no state income tax, and that's huge. For many families and retirees, this means keeping more of their hard-earned money each year. This gives you a bit more freedom in your budget, whether you're looking to save, invest, or just enjoy better quality of life. One of the families that made the move said,
"Having no income state tax feels like I'm getting an instant raise. It's more freedom in my budget."
But there are other costs to consider. Property taxes in Florida can be a bit higher than in some states. And let's not forget about the homeowner's insurance. With hurricane risks and costs, especially near the coast, insurance premiums can get pretty steep. While you may save some on taxes, be prepared to potentially pay higher property costs, particularly when it comes to homeowners insurance. One local homeowner shared,
"Sure, there's no income state tax, but the cost of homeowners insurance, that's something I didn't see coming."
Financially, the no income state tax benefit is a big deal and can really add to your quality of life. But it's important to balance that out with property costs because you may be putting some of those savings into insurance premiums and higher property taxes. So you have to weigh it all out. Now let's talk about one of the biggest perks of living in Florida, the outdoor lifestyle. With the most coastline in the United States, countless rivers, lakes, and natural springs, you've got endless options for water activities. Whether it's paddleboarding, fishing, or just spending a day at the beach with the family, Florida's outdoor life is second to none. One of our homeowners said,
"Living here feels like I have a mini vacation whenever I want. The beach is always my escape."
But here's the flip side. During peak seasons, especially when tourists flood in, the beaches and popular outdoor spots can get crowded. And remember, Florida is also hurricane territory, so there's definitely times when you'll need to adjust your plans or evacuate. And locals will also share that those crazy afternoon thunderstorms are something that you'll definitely get used to. Our newest homeowner shared,
"I love having the beach close by, but sometimes it feels like I'm sharing it with half the country during tourist season."
Ultimately, the outdoor lifestyle here is just unbeatable, but it does come with some quirks. You may find yourself planning around crowds or dodging the occasional storm, but that's all part of living in Florida. If you're a beach lover, it's totally worth it. Florida is home to all kinds of communities, from quiet suburbs to lively cities to rural farms. Floridians tend to be welcoming, and you'll meet people from all walks of life, which makes it easy to find your place here. One of our recent buyers shared,
"The diversity is great. There's always someone interesting to meet and a new friend to make."
But I will say, in some communities, there's keeping up with the Joneses vibe. It's common in high demand areas where people are focused on the next big home upgrade or the next big car in the driveway. And with over 12,000 residents in some of these planned communities, you're bound to feel that a bit. The community culture in Florida is generally friendly and vibrant, but it's important to find a neighborhood that matches your personal style. So if you're not into the big keeping up vibe, then there's plenty of laid back communities where you can feel more at home. And when it comes to entertainment, Florida has a lot going on in the right cities. There's theme parks, golf courses, festivals, nightlife. There's no shortage of activities, and there's always something to do. You'll hear residents say,
There's so much variety here, it's hard to get bored whether I want to go outdoors or enjoy some nightlife.
That being said, in suburban areas like St. Johns County, options for fine dining, live music, and artsy events might feel a bit limited. So if you're used to the culture and excitement of a big city, you might find yourself missing those vibrant arts and entertainment scenes. We've heard residents say,
I love the laid-back lifestyle, but sometimes I miss the variety of arts and dining options I had back home.
Florida offers plenty of family-friendly and outdoor entertainment, but if you're craving high culture, you might find yourself making the drive to bigger cities. Small trade-off for most, considering everything else Florida has to offer. Also, living in Florida means being close to nature, and sometimes closer than you might expect. Florida is home to unique wildlife like dolphins, sea turtles, and plenty of exotic birds. It can be like living in a scene of National Geographic. We've had homeowners say,
I love the wildlife, but there are definitely some critters I could live without.
Along with the beauty of nature, Florida has its fair share of bugs, from mosquitoes to palmetto bugs, aka roaches. They're just part of the deal here. Anytime there's a body of water, we have to assume they're going to be lurking underneath. Many people actually don't realize how big Florida is and how much it has to offer in a variety of different areas. And ultimately, the only thing that matters is what's important to you, your family, and your goals. It can totally be overwhelming trying to do everything remotely out of town. A lot of families just take 60 seconds and send myself and my team a quick text. That way we can open up a conversation, begin to learn what's important to you, and then start sending you some of the best options, which is going to save you a ton of time, stress, and hassle. My hope is by watching these videos, we're able to establish trust and relationship, and you'll take the 60 seconds and just send us a quick text. Thanks for watching, and let me be the first to welcome you to the Sunshine State.